And the other night I saw St-Pierre. Perrier is the mineral
water, yeah.
The mixed martial arts guy from
St-Pierre.
St-Pierre.
St-Pierre. I'm going to do you a favor, not tell him you said that.
No, you know what? He's a nice man.
Oh, he's a
Very,
really
but I saw a documentary on him on one of the movie channels. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Where he was down and out, he was bleeding, and he came back and won that.
Yeah.
In Montreal.
Yeah, George, he didn't get to hit a lot in his career, a little bit more towards the end, but of course when you've been reigning in the division for that long, that's going to happen. But, he was...
But he's the real deal.
Oh, he's absolutely the real deal. And he's one of those guys that, I don't think he's going to come back. He retired on top.
You're wrong.
He retired on top. No.
I'll bet you $1 million. I tell you, we were talking about this before the show started, how people come back. I think when he comes back, it's the real deal. I mean,
but GSP's already got fuck you money, and it's not just from fighting. That Rush Fit, his self-defense or training thing, that made him gazillions of dollars.
But he's a great fighter.
He is a great fighter,
and he's got a huge fan base.
And he's still got a grudge against the UFC though, because when he wanted to do the enhanced steroid testing, the VADA testing, Dana White not only didn't agree with it, he threw him under the bus publicly.
Why?
And because Dana didn't want enhanced testing.
One second, Billy, what do you think of mixed martial arts and UFC?
Oh, I admire it. I wouldn't want to be a party to it. A tough game. And I'm with St-Pierre. I mean, if he's won the war. He doesn't have to have another one.
Exactly.
But they will.
Well played,
they
Bill.
will. And you guys are all wrong on this one. I love him. I think he's a great Canadian. I think he's a great Quebecer, and they adore him. He's a god. He's a demigod there. He's got a lot of heart, and he's the real deal. It's not like one of those mixed martial arts. Who's the guy? Who's the guy I'm thinking about?
I don't know. Who are you thinking about?
The guy who does, he's a terrible actor. He's done a million.
Terrible actor. Oh, Tito Ortiz?
No, he did the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Jean-Claude Van Damme. He looks very similar to Jean-Claude Van Damme. If you take a look at some of his profiles, but he's a real deal. This guy can fight. If you haven't seen a great documentary on mixed martial arts, watch the one that I think it's on HBO or one of the movie channels here in Canada, where he was down and out, and he was ready to tap out.
And that's what Stephen Wong did, if I'm not mistaken.
It's absolutely brilliant.
Good friend of Perry Lefko's, by the way.
But he's a good, yeah. They have Kishka together.
Something like that.
Something like that. And Perry Lefko is not here because of miscommunication with one of the producers.
No, Perry Lefko is not here because he's too busy watching the replay of WrestleMania. Let's be real here.
I'm a big fan of Perry, and the only reason he's not here is one of the producers did not understand what I said. But I was just telling you that this guy's a real deal.
GSP, absolutely.
And I believe 100%. I'll argue with both of you. He will be back because that's what they do. Holyfield was back.
If he's back, Frank, then he doesn't have as much money as people think he has.
I think he's got money, but I think what they do is it's a Hollywood story, Billy.
I'm not going to dispute your feeling about it because you know better. Because I haven't any insight.
It's not that I know better, but all of these guys, Larry Holmes, George Foreman, all of these guys, they get talked in because money talks. I'll give you a great analogy. I lived in the same place for 17 years, loved my home, had absolutely no intention of selling my home. It was my home. And when you're there for 17 years, I said, fuck it, bury me in the backyard, right, with the dog. And, some guy just kept bothering me, and I sold it because money talks and shit walks. I just say that
That's a terrible analogy. What are you talking about?
It's a great analogy.
You can't get kicked in the head for selling your house, Frank.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
These guys, like this guy's the real deal. He's very smart. He's very charismatic. He will get offered the right amount of money to make a comeback, whether he believes he can win.
Well, he's already been offered the money. I mean, Dana White is finally backing off to the point where he thinks that GSP may not come back.
Yeah, but he has a problem with Dana White because Dana White threw him under the bus.
Right, and Dana White, if he's going to fight in the UFC, he's got to go with Dana White. That's you can't,
Listen to me.
You can't fight elsewhere. You can't fight in Japan or anything like that.
You're wrong. Is St-Pierre?
No, I'm not wrong. I know what I'm talking about.
No, let me qualify that before you argue because we're in close proximity.
All right, we got cameras rolling.
Cameras rolling. It doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck if they're. I'm saying this. Mixed martial arts is mixed martial arts, and UFC is UFC, which is a franchise.
But they have exclusive contracts, and GSP's exclusive contract is with the UFC.
He's retired. He can
it doesn't matter. Still fights left on the deal. If he comes back, he has to come back for the UFC.
Why he can't fight on?
No, he can't go to Japan or to Russia or wherever. He
can't
can't go to Bellator.
But he can't fight under mixed martial arts. I'm willing to make you a bet that I'm right and you're wrong.
All right, I want this on tape. Let's. What are we betting here?
A dinner.
A dinner?
Yeah,
Done.
Done.
All right.
And a bottle of scotch.
And a bottle of scotch. Boom.
Because I know you are a fucking animal, right?
I wouldn't. Frank doesn't. Frank knows a lot. But he doesn't know a lot about this particular sport.
No. This is.
Thank you, Bill Waters.
No. But this is Carlin's expertise. This is why we're here. I'm just telling you that if it's the right amount of money, he's the Kid Galahad of 2015.
That was a good reference. I like that.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. But I'm just saying to you, he's a beautiful guy. I've never met him personally, but everybody who's met this man says that this guy's first class.
Yeah.
And he's got the heart of a fucking lion.
The first time I interviewed him, I was no further away than I'm sitting to you right now. And he actually sneezed on me. And I caught a cold. I was like, wow, I've got GSP's cold. I should get this DNA frozen or something like that, see if I can become a high-powered mutant. Man. But if GSP does come back, he does have to fight for the UFC. And I'm looking forward to that dinner and that scotch.